sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, ich freue mich sehr, dass Sie sich die Zeit genommen haben und heute in unser Webinar mit hineinspringen, Meet Ukraine IT Partners. Ich würde jetzt auf die Frage hin, ist vorab jetzt schon mehrfach gekommen, das Ganze auf Englisch abhalten, wie es auch ausgeschrieben war. Aber wenn es Fragen gibt, es wird auch die PowerPoint zugesandt für Personen, Teilnehmer, die nicht so sattelfest in Englisch sind. Yeah, everybody, warm welcome to our today's webinar. My name is Christina Ulrich. I'm working within the ICS. And today's Meet Your Ukraine IT Partners webinar is starting right away. I'll just give you in a nutshell what is the ICS doing. We are supporting our international and export-oriented companies to internationalize and try to make it through events, consultancies, business trips, and everything that's handy and needed for your good international business contacts to grow. So we hope to help to give that a boost with our things. In a nutshell, again, yesterday, for example, was a French tax expert in our building and to had some meetings with companies with their French business. And I think in a week there is a Kazakhstan incoming delegation with B2B events. So if you have any contacts or needs or problems, please feel free to contact me anytime. For my person, I am right now, as well as Ukraine responsibility. If you have questions concerning the Russian sanctions, that's also me. So I'm jump right in. You as a participant, and thank you for your big interest here. Thank you very much. Have not the chance to turn on your microphone and your video camera. So please write your questions below in the chat booth next on the red corner of your screen. Yeah, the whole event is financed by the European Union. It's a project called React Europe that should support companies after their COVID-19 problems. Yeah, that's it actually. And in the end, basically, we will send out the whole presentation to you with all the contacts, anything packed and handy, I guess. Yeah, so long story short, I will start with Markus Kerget, CEO of Skilltree Technology, and he will just give us an intro and concerning his very solid and fruitful cooperation with an Ukraine IT company that's also today here present. So Markus, the floor is yours, and we were very happy to have your presentation.
Thank you so much, Christina, for the introduction. As Christina already said, my name is Markus Kerget. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Skilltree. We are a Graz-based HR startup. And instead of holding a boring presentation today, instead I would like to take you on the same journey that we as a startup made through, and maybe you can find some nuggets of information inside there that will be helpful for you as well. So basically, we were founded 4 years ago in September 2018. And here in the picture, you can see this is actually the first picture that we ever took from the founding team. We were 4 students coming directly from university and sharing together one dream to found our own company. Well, actually, we're having a lot of dreams, but only one vision. And the vision that we had was we would like to find a way to make hidden skills visible and enable employees to do work based more on their strengths and interests. So that's kind of a tricky vision, especially when you're just a young team and we were facing the same problems that nearly every other startup faces at the funding phase. We were lacking money, we were lacking time, and honestly, we were even lacking experience in software development, even if we were 4 IT founders. So we pretty early discovered that the software product we wanted to develop is just too big to develop everything on our own. But we also had a limited budget. So one of the one of the solutions that you might find in this situation is Austria is small, the world is big, but where to start? And we started also small with a neat little app called Fiverr that you probably have heard about. It's just a web platform where you can split your work into smaller tasks and then outstaff or outsource those tasks to people around the world. That was kind of the starting, but then we also thought maybe we needed some more stable cooperation, and we're looking for different companies to have regular cooperation with. During this phase, we were working together with companies in Pakistan, in India, on the Philippines, and also with first companies in Ukraine. Well, but did it work? What was the result of it? Honestly, it didn't work at all. It was just terrible. We were getting all of the different parts of our software and of our branding and of our marketing and our website stuff. We were getting everything together. We're sitting in the office, and all of those different puzzle pieces, they just didn't fit together because they were done by different people of different companies around the world. It was just a phase of complete frustration. And we were even thinking about if the whole project makes sense. So yeah, to sum it up, we were facing the problem of a lack of quality because the pieces didn't fit together. We were facing the problem of miscommunication. As an example for this, if you ever worked with somebody who had developers in India, they will tell you that people in India do exactly as you tell them they should do, and they won't question if it makes sense or not. That's just a cultural thing as well that you need to take into account. And of course, we were having the language barrier problem. My English isn't perfect, and neither was the English of everybody else around the world. So that was a problem. And due to this, we were facing a lot of management overhead. Like we had to check every single piece that we received back. It just didn't make sense. But one day, I discovered this neat little email here in my mailbox. It was actually the first contact that we ever made with the ICS, and it was also the first ICS event that we attended. And that was just perfect. It was just the winning ticket that we needed. It was a B2B meetup with Ukrainian IT companies, basically the same that we're doing here today. We were going there and meeting WINSTARS. That's the company that is going to talk after I did. And besides of the official part, we also afterwards spent the whole day networking with them, even having dinner at the evening. And that's something that I would also recommend to everybody who's looking for a partnership. Not only talk about business, but also, as you probably know, try to get to know those people and see if it's a cultural fit. The cultural fit really is important here. The partnership that we developed was structured in the following way. We were deciding on an outstaffing team in Ukraine, a dedicated team, but keep the project management here in Austria so that we still have full control over who's doing what. We also wanted to have UX, UI design and testing in Ukraine, not only the development part. We were deciding for a Scrum process. And something that was really helpful during the different project phases was the possibility to upscale or downscale our team depending on how much development resources we actually needed. So what was the result? After quite a lot of years of development, we finished our product. Here you can see it in the background. That's the software that we developed. Basically, it's a beautiful looking intuitive interface where employees can structure and show the different skills that they have. We decided for a video game concept to map all of the skills within the organization, a so-called skill tree. That's also the name of the company. And it is used to build teams, plan training courses, and discover hidden talents by different companies in multiple countries already. Not only Austria, Germany, and Switzerland, but we also have customers in the US and also in the Ukraine. So to sum everything up, there is a huge difference in countries, but also in companies. Not every Ukrainian company will be the same if you decide for Ukraine as an outsourcing opportunity. The cultural fit between your team and the outstaffing team will be extremely important. Take care of this. So in essence, is outstaffing or outsourcing worth it? In my opinion, it's challenging if you do it the first time, but it's definitely worth it. Yeah, that basically is my personal experience. I'm glad that you took the time to listen to my story, and now I would like to give the floor over to Yuri from WINSTARS.
Okay. Thank you, Markus. Just a quick question we got. First thing, the difference between outstaffing and outsourcing. I mean, you probably were totally aware of the difference, but maybe you can just highlight this point.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry for not clarifying that during the presentation.
No.
Staffing basically means that that you have dedicated developers that are working like they would be employed in your own company. So you're responsible for them basically. And outsourcing means that you...
And they report right away to you, right? When you outstaff.
Yeah, they report right away to you. So you have a very short way of communication. And with outsourcing, you normally have a management level in the outsourcing company as well. So you give them a project and they try to do it as good as they can.
Okay. And the last question we got is, do you had any data connection interruptions or problems so far in your cooperation or recently?
I was actually surprised how well everything went during the last year.
Yeah.
We only had one single incident where one developer couldn't work for 2 days, and that was basically the fault of the developer because he was working remotely in a small hometown.
Yeah.
The company that we're working together, WINSTARS, they actually, I think, have even their own energy source or something like this.
Perfect. We will ask about that later. Yeah, thank you very much, Markus, so much. I don't see other questions right now, but maybe later, please, anybody feel free to write into the chat as well. So I would hand over the floor to Yuri Jumenchuk, CEO of WINSTARS Technology. And Yuri, we are very happy to have you here today.
It's a great pleasure for me to be here and to be able to share the information, the experiences we have. And in the end, it would be the best result if we could be of value to any of the participants. So thank you very much, Christina, for organizing this event. Thank you very much, Markus, for a warm words about our work. We do our best and striving to achieve and to provide the best quality as we can. So now to our presentation, I will just say a few words about our company and then about things to take into account, and probably, hopefully, anyone can take something new from this presentation. So in short, we are the company is called WINSTARS Technology. We are an R&D center located in Ukraine, and basically our main areas where we work is data science. So we develop data science solutions and classical software development. So these are basically two main areas of ours. We have more than 10 years of experience, and during this whole time we worked in various domains, starting from healthcare, agriculture, e-commerce, sustainability, aerospace, metallurgy, fintech, and actually many more. I won't list all of them here, but just so that you can get the impression that during the course of our work, we were able to gather lots of experiences from different industries. And we understand that there are differences, even though like software development sounds like a single phrase or word combination, but indeed different domains require different knowledge and different understanding of things, and also not only because of the development, right? And this is what the next I would like to highlight in this presentation. So development is not the only thing, right? We are striving to be a solution development partner for our customers, clients, and partners, right? And as Marcus mentioned in his presentation, when they, like a company with not that much development experience, started their business, and they were thinking like, yeah, let's find someone just to do the development somewhere, and this will work fine. Yeah, the issue is that to create a solution, this is a much more complex process. So, and development is only one small part in it, right? So actually, and this is what we are trying to deliver to our customers. So it's not only about providing technical specialists. You know, this is more about understanding the whole process. Another question is which of these parts from this process are covered by our partner, and which parts are covered by us. But where I see a great value is that if you understand the process, you can also discuss these things, clarify these things, and install the process that will, in the end, bring you to the solution. And this process starts with business analysis. So yes, companies have ideas, so like dream, vision, idea, you know, but from idea to solution there is a long way in order for it to become successful. From my experience, huge amounts of projects, huge amounts of great ideas were lost uh, just because the other things, the probably simpler things, more understandable things, the things which could be learned, you know, or understood. It's not like creating a great idea. It's just the organization of the process, which is actually, yeah, described and classical, I would say, you know. And because this process is not set right, the solution never comes, never finds its way to the market. And this is where we strive to be of service, where we strive to bring value, and there where we earn our experience and are very much eager to share this experience with our clients and partners. Starting from business development, product design, from technical side or UI UX side, you name it, project management. So these are all things which are important. And then, yes, development is a part of it, but also like the quality assurance, integration, support, these all things have to be taken into account. And this is where we strive to be as productive and as helpful as we can. We basically cooperate with our partners in two forms. In-house development, this is where when the partner comes to us and says, well, I have an idea, like I need the solution. And then we start this whole process of business analysis, of design development, project management, development, and so on, as we mentioned before. And in the end, we as a company, we deliver the complete solution. It is also always needs a lot of effort from our partner, of course, in order for us to understand, to clarify, to help define the best solution we can make out of this idea, you know. But the development is made on our side. We organize the team and so on. Another extreme is outstaffing. This is where our partner comes to us and says, yes, I have business analysis on my side, project management on my side. I just need from you design specialists, development specialists, quality assurance specialists, and integration. Okay, it's also fine. Yeah, I mean, then we provide the team, but we as a company also understand the whole process, which is extremely important. So it's not like taking a freelancer who doesn't have an idea of the process, who just like, as Marcus mentioned, just makes the tasks isolated, and then it's your headache how to integrate this task into the whole process, and if it's done from the right perspective and so on. This is what we as a company, understanding the whole picture help you avoid. Yeah, and outsourcing is something in between these things. The question of Christina. So like this is where we take care of team management and normally project management also, but the part of business analytics, the part of product ownership, and some other things are covered by our partner. So why choose us? The question for companies always stands between three choices. It's either own employees or freelance employees or the partners like we are outstaffing partners. So here I would like to show several advantages which you should take into account and where we can prove our expertise, qualification, and worthiness of your attention. So we are competent in the process. We have a lot of experience with various projects in different domains. So like this is something which normal startup or a company which never did or did several software development projects. This is a difference, you know, like the inexperience and this is something we are eager to share. The second thing is quality guarantee. As Marcus mentioned, there are many companies, and like, yes, of course, there are better service providers. There are not so good ones. Like service companies are also learning many things, you know, and of course, you have to make sure that the one you are planning to work with has the experience. And in our case, the best proof of this experience is customers and partners recommendations, as you've heard from Marcus today. Like it's the best proof of quality. Another thing is Ukraine is a culture of engineering. So it was created for decades from Soviet times. Like everybody knows that here all educational systems and this is culture which is not created in 1 year. So if you take, for example, Mongolia, you know, they are specialized in other things, I would say, you know, like, yes, there can be good engineers in Mongolia, but you know, like there are countries where engineering is like much more developed. This is about community. This is about culture. And Ukraine has this all. The pricing advantage, of course, important. Of course, we cannot ignore it. And in Ukraine now we have a very good time for like the government set one of its goals to develop IT industry. And therefore, they have created a special taxation regime, like absolutely official, absolutely on the government level. They have created a special taxation regime for IT companies. And this is why we can have, like, I cannot say that our specialists are cheap. They are not. Like at the moment, they are probably a little bit cheaper than in Austria, but they're not that cheap. The market is open for the world, so like the levels of salaries are regulated not locally but worldwide, you know, and that's why yes, the salaries, but still they are reasonable, you know, in comparison with European countries like Central European, West European countries, United States. They are still reasonable, rather reasonable. And because of this special taxation regime, we can provide our clients and partners better prices in the end. So this is like supported by our government, by our state, right? And this is the right time to use this advantage. Then simplicity of administration. You don't have your own employees. You know, we manage all those things. We manage HRing, which is important. You take care of employees. Yeah, you have to give them attention. It's important. Recruiting, finding the right employees. This is also an expertise. Like we work with huge amounts of vacancies. We know how it's done. We do it efficiently and correctly. You know, we know how to find the best employees. Back office and administration and so on. All these things, all these organizational headaches are taken from you in order for you to give you the possibility to concentrate on the main thing, on the main idea, on the concept, you know. And this is everything we are happy to provide and to take from you. And in the end, flexibility, also what Marcus mentioned, I think this is a good advantage, and this is also what we can afford as such kind of partner. If you need a bigger team, we can organize you a bigger team. If you need a smaller one, we can organize you a smaller one. And you don't need to hire and fire employees all the time. And we don't hire and fire employees all the time. Having many projects, because of these economies of scale, we can if you don't need these specialists, we can assign them to another project, to another partner. So they are not laid off. The guys stay with us for a long time. We build this culture, we build this expertise, and no bad feelings at all, you know, in the end. There are some services like DevOps services or architect services where there is no point hiring an employee, you know, you just need them for a few hours or for a few days for the project, you know. And this is also our advantage. We have these specialists in-house. We can like assign them to the project for these few days. You don't have to try many freelancers or hire fire on or so on, you know. So like this is also, in my opinion, a great advantage. Time limited contracts, again, we can discuss the range of the period of the contract at your wish, at your needs, you know. And even if like we planned the contract for a year and then you see situation has changed, you know, happens all the time, you know, and you say, guys, like, you know, here is the situation, we need to downscale it. You have 1 month notification period and we downscale. So like you don't have to sign for a year, for a half year, but just like 1 month notification period, you tell us, you know, from next month we don't need this specialist, it's fine, like we take that into account. And again, no bad feelings, absolutely. Like we try to be there as friendly and as helpful and as supportive as possible. And yeah, we are not a big company. We are 50 employees in Ukraine, in western part of Ukraine, in Vinnytsia. As I mentioned, we have more than 10 years of experience, and yeah, we will be happy to be of service if there is a need for one. Thank you very much for your attention, for your time. You also have our contacts in case you need. Please feel free to contact us. And it was again a great pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you so much, Yuri. I will send out the presentation, as I said in the beginning, of course, to everyone who is registered. And I got a private question, but I think you answered it in the beginning. And it's from a machinery industry, had bad, so it's in German, so I translated, I hope correctly.
It's fine, I can understand.
Bad outstaffing experience with India, and he's in the machinery industry, and the contracts, it's all very just in time, the projects, and it's not predictable if in the end it will be the whole process be needed, even before they hopefully say yes. And I think it was you said in the beginning, in the end, that you can really say, okay, if the company has to downscale, please correct me here, it's no problem. You are also have some flexibility with the time contract, right?
Absolutely, and this is what we can achieve with economies of scale. You know, like a company, like development company, like for example, for a startup, you need several specialists for one project. You know, if you need to downscale, you have to fire these employees. You don't have any possibility to hold them. For us, like we have many projects going at the same time, and in case like you need to downscale, we still have many projects where we can assign these employees to.
Again, I think you do not lack work. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And this is great. Actually, this helps to build these teams. Perfect. And these cultures, you know, in company.
Another question in the chat: do your employees speak German?
This is actually one of the things to take into account. We have managers who speak German. normally you cannot count on developers who speak German. So normally, if it goes about developers, it's in English. If it goes about Management, ja, wir können auch Deutsch sprechen. Also alles in Ordnung, ja.
Sehr schön.
Es geht, aber wie gesagt, man kann nicht auf Entwickler rechnen, dass die alle gut Deutsch können.
Wow.
Mhm.
Das ist sehr beeindruckend. Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect. Are there any more questions? Maybe you can really write it into the chat if you have them, because I found another. No, perfect. So if there's anything come to your mind, please in the end we will ask again throughout.
yeah.
So if
And
there
if
are
you
not
have
any
questions later, then just
yes,
you have
I
our
think
contact.
maybe as far as I get it are some yes, it's probably very technical questions that perfectly better directed directly to you, right?
Absolutely.
Perfect. And so I would hand over to our last guest today, to Dimitri Sofina, and we're very happy that you're here to present your the local IT cluster, the IT Association of Vinnytsia, and you present a lot of more companies, and we're very happy to have you here today. Hello, Dima, and please go on. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Christina and Marcus. Hi, Yuri. So hello, everybody. I join in the thanks, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to speak for you. So get started. I have been the chairman of the WINSTARS IT Association since 2018. We are a regional cluster of software companies. At the moment, we are among the top 5 largest IT businesses unions of Ukraine and among regional cluster with take 3rd place. So, and most of our members are the largest international companies of Ukraine with offices in Vinnytsia. It's not Venezia, it's Vinnytsia in Ukraine. But among our participants, there are local powerful companies that are actively looking for international partners for joint work. The main specialization of our members is software outsourcing, namely backend, front-end, mobile development, 3D technology, data science, and services like PM, QA, BA, UI, UX, etc. Our main goal is to turn Vinnytsia into an Eastern Europe center of innovation and software development. Also, our tasks are government relations, improving education, and creating new jobs. In connection with the military conflict in the east of our country, we received more than 5,000 IT workers from other cities in Vinnytsia. We provide the companies with Starlink and organize location for safe work with power generators and case of emergency situation. If it's safe and stable to work in Vinnytsia and in any situation, we have an BCP action plan. Therefore, we have 6 main activity programs that help us reach our goal, namely our research, business promotional, community development, creation of a Central Ukraine Business Alliance for IT education programs, and construction of an IT park with a total area of 20,500 square meters in Vinnytsia. It is permissible to briefly recommend several of our companies that are interested in cooperation with Austria partners. So, and Sigma, a powerful international software outsourcing company with a huge list of technology. Lampa, a mobile application development company with more than 10 years of experience in the market. Existex, flexible company with extensive experience in development .NET solutions. And WinStars, the company that you already told about. So in the case of interest in cooperation, we can provide more information and organize meetings with all our members. Thank you for listening and support us together with the single European economic space of innovation.
Okay. Thank you so much for your presentation. I just, do you work with all technologies? Is a question that's into the
Yeah,
chat.
understand. So, if you mean about all our members, basically it's must all technology because all our company it's like like market. So some company work with only data science, like Yuri told. Some company work only like mobile. It's like native technology, Swift, Objective-C, Kotlin, Java Mobile, or some language like React Native, Flutter. That's why I told if I told you what we work with all technology, I think it's not correct, but maybe it's a must on all technology.
The most common ones, I think, you are covered by the company members within the cluster, right? And
correct.
you are kind of, you would, if somebody attends to you, attracts to you and said, hey, I have a problem like this and this, and then this technology, you would set the contact here, if I'm right.
Yeah, sure. So if some company or some partners interested in work with Ukraine outsourcing, you can send to us some email or go into our website, or maybe you will ask Marcus, with whom we have not only worked but also been friends for almost 5 years, and I
That's
am
very
grateful
perfect.
for with trust.
Perfect.
Yeah,
And we have a question here, two more. The Ukrainian companies, how would you establish the contact directly, or should they contact you?
Yeah, to be honest, the price, some company work with price like 25 euro to 40 euro. But if you speak about a big company, they work from 40 euros to maybe 60 euros. You must know why we have a price like this, because many companies from Ukraine work with the United States, and we have, Ukraine. It's not like India. Then you pay small rate, and you have
Big problems, maybe.
yeah. But it's like if you have nice guys from India, we have many. We know many good guys from India, but basically you have problem. So that's why Ukraine. It's if you need a developer, it's nice place. But if you need very low cost, I guess you don't have good developers.
To look when you compare it worldwide, right?
Yep. Like China products.
But if you speak from 25 euros up, I think this is some reason.
Yeah, it's nice price for Europe if we speak about 25 euros up.
Yeah.
But for us, Europe, it's not more than a business. It's our home. That's why if we work with Austria or and other partners from Europe, we work in Europe market, and we create our own product, European product. And I think it's main our goal.
Yeah, we really hope in many ways that you will achieve this goal in also other means. Thank you so much. Are there any other questions? I hope this other one, because I get another on the private message as well, the contact establishing thing. It's they call you, right, or they write an email what it's needed, and you suggest something, or they have a call with you, right, and to make sure that our companies get the right partner, right?
Yep, it's correct.
Perfect.
Danke dir.
Danke dir auch, freut mich. Thank you to everybody that you were that on point with your presentations, and we don't need to prolong this. We will send out, I think, the chat. Is there any chat questions? No, I think we answered everything. And I think there will be, as far as I get it, some issues that are not for public that we'll discuss directly with WINSTARS or with you. And so thank you to everybody for your participation and your time. I hope you will, as I told you, we'll set out right away the presentation, all the contacts, and we really hope that you, for our companies in Styria, in Austria, that you can, and we could help with your business and you make good new partnerships. So thank you very much from my side. Bye-bye to everybody. Have a nice day.